Isn't it wonderful to have such a presence here when, if you watch television, it says storm watch, and you braved the storm, you braved everything to come for one cause, which is to put an end to all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls. And for that, I would like each one of you to give a round of applause of appreciation for your presence here, please. It is therefore my pleasure to welcome you to the second phase of the global launch of the Red Card campaign. On behalf of the African Renaissance and Diaspora Network, ARDN, I would like to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Mohanlal Mittal for his kind contribution to the Red Card campaign. I also wish to convey my deepest appreciation to the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, who is co-organizer of this global launch. And to my left, we have the chief of the partnership branch, my good friend, Maria Rosa Coutillo. I would like to thank you for all your efforts and thank the executive director of UNFPA. Please let us say thank you again to UNFPA for doing this wonderful job of making it possible for us to put together this event today. Please. And this event is in collaboration with those organizations that were the initiators of the Red Card campaign. The Red Card campaign was initiated in April 2019 at the margins of the FIFA Women's World Cup in France. At that time, with FIFA, with UNFPA, with UN Women, with UNDP Africa, with the Presidential Council for Africa of the President of France, and with Costa Rica when FC Campbell Barr was the first vice president, those organizations got together and launched the Red Card campaign. So I would like to acknowledge the collaboration of those organizations to this joint event with UNFPA. The 2022 World Cup final marks the first benchmark in the Red Card campaign. When we first launched with FIFA the Red Card campaign, we said our aim was November 2022. As you know, the final of the FIFA World Cup will be taking place this coming Sunday between France and Argentina. So that we decided to have that as the first phase. And this meeting has got two objectives. One is to take stock of all the efforts that have been made since April 2019, and then two, to launch with you individually and collectively the second phase. And the second phase is to accelerate the Red Card campaign so that we can have zero tolerance to all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls. And that takes us to the FIFA Women's World Cup that will take place in July, August 2023 in Australia, New Zealand. So this is the double objective of why we're meeting today. Between 2019 and today, the Red Card campaign has enjoyed several thousands of engagements, including people who have signed the Red Card Pledge, people who have raised a red card in solidarity with women and girls everywhere, people who have talked to others about the Red Card, and other people who have engaged with the Red Card in some meaningful way. On-the-ground activation has taken place in at least 4 out of the 7 regions of the world which are recognized by the United Nations. Several countries and regions have committed to initial 1-year plans to address, mitigate gender-based discrimination, violence, and harmful practices in their borders. We're very happy at the African Renaissance and Diaspora Network that many partners have joined the campaign, including states, international organizations, the private sector, civil society organizations, and academia. Some of these that have joined us include UN Habitat, the Democratic Republic of Congo, represented here by the Special Advisor to the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Chantal Yelou Mulop, here present, please. And also the National Council of Negro Women, represented here by its Executive Director, Janet Mathis. NCNW, an organization with 3 million African-American women across the United States and across the world, represented here by the Executive Director and represented here by a very strong delegation that has braved the cold in order to be present here. Thank you very much, NCNW. Higher Health in South Africa, and everyone, each and every one of you is somebody here in this room. Did I mention we did all of this in the middle of a global epidemic, COVID-19, that is. None of this would have been possible without the commitment of each and every one of you to this cause. Let's just think. This is Friday afternoon, close to the holidays, and the weather outside, as I have said, is nothing less than horrible. And all of you could have been in another place, but you chose to be here in this room this afternoon. So that, again, I would like, with your permission, for us to come back and give another round of applause to the presence here, because the first one was not loud enough. Very, very important. The former president of Tanzania said that to plan is to choose. You chose this event at the expense of several other events, and we appreciate that. This is not the time to rest. 2023 will mark 75 years after the governments of the world adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And the Human Development Report, published by the United Nations Development Program, still notes that no country in the world treats its women as well as it does its men. 193 countries. No country in the world treats its women as well as it does its men. So we've got to end the apartheid of gender as forcefully as we fought apartheid in South Africa. So as we launch this second phase of the global Red Card campaign, I'd like to count on each and every one of you to be MVPs in the fight for gender equality. And we need, in this spirit, I'd like politely to ask you to stand up, please. And I would like you to reach out, to hold the hand of your neighbors, please. So that we can recommit ourselves, we can rededicate ourselves here individually and collectively to say that we will do everything in our power to make sure that we have zero tolerance towards all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls. Thank you. You may be seated. With that, I would like to again say that ours is the intention where a world where all people are truly born free and equal in rights and dignity. A world where no one is left behind. Thank you very much again.